Once upon a time, in a small village nestled in the rolling hills of India, there lived a young couple named Raj and Leela. Their love story was one for the ages, a tale that would be passed down through generations as a testament to the power of true love. Raj was a humble farmer, the son of a long line of tillers of the soil. His days began with the first light of dawn, as he worked the fields with a dedication that was both admirable and inspiring. His skin, bronzed by the sun, glistened with sweat as he plowed the land, sowed the seeds, and tended to his crops. Raj's life was simple yet fulfilling. He derived immense satisfaction from the bounty of the earth, from the rhythm of the seasons, and from the quiet beauty of the rural landscape. In contrast, Leela was a beautiful weaver, known throughout the village for her extraordinary skill with threads. Her fingers moved with a grace that seemed almost otherworldly, weaving intricate patterns that told stories of old myths and legends. Leela's tapestries were prized possessions, adorning the walls of many a household in the village. Her life, too, was one of quiet contentment, filled with the vibrant colors of her creations and the gentle hum of her loom. Their paths first crossed at the village market, a bustling hub of activity where vendors shouted their wares, children ran about in play, and villagers gathered to exchange news and goods. Raj had come to sell his fresh produce, while Leela was there to buy supplies for her weaving. Amidst the noise and chaos, their eyes met, and in that instant, time seemed to stand still. It was as if the universe had conspired to bring them together, and in that brief moment, something profound passed between them. They exchanged no words, but their hearts spoke volumes. As fate would have it, they met again the next day, and the next, until it became clear that destiny had brought them together. They began to spend more time with each other, walking through the fields, sharing stories, and laughing together. Raj would often accompany Leela to the edge of the forest, where she gathered dyes for her threads, and Leela would visit Raj in his fields, marveling at the simple beauty of the crops swaying in the breeze. Their love blossomed in the serene beauty of their village, a love that was as pure and untainted as the morning dew. They would often sit by the river that flowed gently through the village, watching the sun set behind the hills, casting a golden glow over the landscape. The river became their sanctuary, a place where they could dream and plan their future together. However, their idyllic romance was not to last. Leela's family had long been in financial distress, and her father, in a bid to secure their future, had promised her hand in marriage to Raghav, the son of a wealthy merchant. Raghav was a man of means, but he was also arrogant and dismissive of those he deemed beneath him. Leela's heart sunk at the prospect of marrying a man she did not love, and she confided her fears to Raj. Raj, upon hearing of Leela's plight, was determined to fight for their love. He knew that he was no match for Raghav in terms of wealth or social standing, but he believed that true love could overcome even the greatest obstacles. He decided to challenge Raghav to a test of strength and wit, a competition that would determine who was truly worthy of Leela's hand. The news of the challenge spread like wildfire through the village, and on the appointed day, the entire village gathered in the central square to witness the spectacle. The air was thick with anticipation as Raj and Raghav faced off, each man determined to prove his worth. The first test was one of physical strength. A large stone, heavy and unwieldy, was placed in the center of the square. The task was simple. Whoever could lift the stone and carry it the farthest would win. Raghav, confident in his abilities, stepped forward first. He strained and heaved, managing to lift the stone and carry it a respectable distance. The crowd murmured in approval, but Raj remained undeterred. When it was Raj's turn, he approached the stone with a quiet determination. He closed his eyes for a moment, drawing strength from his love for Leela, and then lifted the stone with a power that belied his lean frame. The crowd gasped as Raj carried the stone far beyond the point where Raghav had dropped it. His feat of strength was met with thunderous applause, but the competition was far from over. The next test was one of wit and intelligence. The village elders, known for their wisdom, presented a series of riddles that both men had to solve. Raghav, though clever, struggled with the complexity of the riddles, while Raj, who had spent countless evenings discussing stories and fables with Leela, tackled each riddle with ease. The villagers watched in awe as Raj answers were quite confident and precise, and sharp mind, each one demonstrating his every understanding of the world around him. The final test was one of character and compassion. The village elders, wise and perceptive, devised a scenario to see who among the two men had the heart deserving of Leela's love. They presented a moral dilemma: a villager in dire need of help, whose plight required immediate action. Raghav, thinking only of his own pride and the competition, dismissed the scenario as trivial and unworthy of his attention. Raj, however, responded differently. He immediately offered his assistance, showing a deep empathy and willingness to help those in need. He spoke passionately about the importance of community, kindness, and the duty they all had to support one another. His words resonated deeply with the villagers, who saw in him the qualities of a true leader and a man of great heart. As the tests concluded, it was evident to all who the true victor was. Raj had not only proven his strength and wit but had also shown the depth of his character and the purity of his love for Leela. The village elders, pleased with the outcome, declared Raj the winner. The crowd erupted in cheers, their voices echoing through the hills. Leela, who had watched the entire competition with bated breath, ran to Raj's side. They embraced, their hearts beating as one. The skies, as if responding to the joy and love that filled the village, opened up and poured down rain, blessing their union. The villagers, drenched but jubilant, celebrated the triumph of true love. Raj and Leela's love had conquered all, and their union was blessed by the gods. They were married in a grand ceremony, attended by the entire village. The festivities lasted for days, filled with music, dance, and laughter. The village, united in their joy, celebrated not just the wedding but the victory of love and integrity over wealth and arrogance. As the days turned into weeks and the weeks into months, Raj and Leela settled into their life together. They built a modest but beautiful home on a small piece of land near the river, where they spent countless hours nurturing their love and their dreams. Raj continued to work the fields, his efforts now driven by the desire to provide for his beloved wife. Leela, with Raj's support and encouragement, expanded her weaving business, creating tapestries that told the story of their love and the values they held dear. Raj and Leela fostered a sense of community and belonging, reminding everyone of the importance of love, compassion, and integrity.